Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead. We are so glad you are here. Today we're going to do a little bit of an experiment and I'm pretty excited about it. We are going to can a new recipe of beans, and this goes directly to food security. Back in December, we used a Ball Blue Book tested recipe to can these red beans, and I was shocked and delighted to find that this recipe allowed us to use bacon, which is a cured meat, and andouille sausage, which is a smoked meat or cured meat. And so that was a game changer for us. And this included a recipe that had both meat and beans in the same jar. Now, today we are going to use a combination between this recipe and the USDA recipe that says beans dry with tomato or molasses. And this allows us to can any type of beans. These were kidney beans. Today we're going to use cannellini beans, which are the white kidney beans, but we can use with this recipe any beans. And then we have our choice of 3 sauces: a tomato sauce version 1, which is the one we are going to do, tomato sauce version 2, and molasses sauce. And so this gives us some flexibility. This recipe also allows for putting in a chunk of bacon or salt pork, which is another wonderful discovery that I've just made about being able to use bacon with beans, just not as much bacon as I used to use before I knew what the USDA rules were. So we're going to be very careful in combining these 2 recipes because we don't want to go beyond the boundaries set by the 2 recipes combined. So this is the recipe we're going to follow mostly, but we're going to add a little latitude to this based on this recipe, because while this recipe does not call for any meat, we are going to put pork chunks in ours. Now, I'm calling this canning beans with pork, not pork and beans. There's not a tested recipe for pork and beans, but this will come kind of close, although it's not going to be as sweet. We're loving having these jars of ready-to-eat bean meals on our shelf and hope that this is going to be another one. So here's what we're going to do. I soaked 4 cups of these cannellini beans overnight. I only soaked 4 cups because we're going to be adding meat to each of the 4 jars, so I didn't do quite as much as I would have normally if I was filling the jar with beans. Looks like I might have even overdone it here, but we will see. So these have soaked overnight. We need to hydrate the beans before we can them. So there are 2 ways to do that. Soaking them overnight does it, or our recipe right here says that we can do it the way that we can do the USDA suggested fast way, which is to bring the beans to a boil, let them boil for a couple of minutes, and then let them sit in the pot for an hour. And so we're at that same point right now with soaking them overnight. So what I'm going to do is drain these beans. I have my colander right here, so I'm just going to dump. And I'm going to rinse them. And then we're going to put them in this Dutch oven. And I'm going to cover them with water. And we're going to put the lid on. So notice we covered these with clean water. We dumped our soaking water. Okay, these are going on the back burner over here. We're going to bring them to a boil. While these are boiling, the next thing we're going to do is, I've just turned the flame on here and we're going to brown some onions. The USDA recipe calls for a tablespoon of chopped onions. This recipe called for 2 cups of chopped onions. So I've kind of split the difference. Here's a cup. And we're just going to saute these for a few minutes. Now while those saute, we're going to be getting our tomato juice ready. I'm going to create some tomato juice out of this tomato puree. You've seen me use this tomato puree for lots and lots of different things. So to make tomato juice, I just simply pour in a full can. All right, let's mix that. And that's just a little bit thick, so I'm going to add another half can. Perfect. All right, we have our tomato juice ready. Stirring our onions. They're starting to smell great. So the onions are finished. I just turned the heat off, and I'm going to put them right here in this saucepan. To that saucepan, we're going to add a quart of this tomato juice. This sauce recipe is the one that is on the USDA recipe. We're following it exactly. So here are, it's 3 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, and then 1/4 of a teaspoon of 4 different spices. And that I'm giving the link to that recipe so you can look those up. And now we're going to put this over on the stove so it can also come to a boil. Everything needs to be boiling hot when we put it in the jars. So we're going to get this going over there as well. Adding just another tablespoon or so of oil to this pan, we are now going to brown the pork. And these are little packets of pork that I just pulled out of our level 1 food storage in the freezer. This recipe allowed us to put about 7 ounces of meat per quart. And that meat was cured meat. Now, I don't mess around with cured meats in canning in anything except tested recipes. So this meat is not cured, but it is allowed to be used just by itself. We can can pork chunks if we want to. So that is a USDA approved situation. So with 7 ounces of meat per quart in the red beans, we're going to be putting in 6 ounces of meat per quart for these beans with pork. So we'll get these all browned and hot. And once everything is heated, boiling, doing what it's supposed to be doing, then we will be ready to put them in the jars, and we will come back at that point. Here, we're ready to go. So the first thing I want you to notice is that the meat is sizzling hot. I've just taken it off the flame, but I've divided it into 4 segments. And I'm going to put 1 segment in each of the 4 jars. This allows me to equally distribute the meat so that one jar doesn't get more than the other. So that's not a whole lot of meat, but it's just fine. And I won't go over what is from the tested recipe for the red beans. This will be enough for us. Next up is the beans. And we will now fill these jars 3/4 up to the 3/4 mark with the beans. So that's about right there. Okay, hardly any beans left, so that worked out just perfect. Is the tomato liquid. I'm going to add to that the drippings from this pan just for a little extra flavor. And then we fill the jars up to the 1-inch mark with the liquid. I may have to top that off with just some plain tomato juice. I thought a quart was going to be enough. That's what the recipe called for. So I would say, if you're going to do it this way, mix up 6 cups of that tomato mixture. Okay, now releasing air. And then with this vinegar moistened paper towel, we're wiping the rims to get the grease off, if there's any there, from the meat. And adding lids. And finger tight. Bands. I have 2 quarts of water already in the canner. So now the beans are going in. And we'll set the lid. And here's the pressure regulator. We use the green one because we are above 1,000 feet. So it goes right here. And we'll put it in the up position. So I'm going to close the lid. Push high. Set the time for 90 minutes. There we go, and we're going to start. So it is going to run around the racetrack for a little while, and then it will vent. Once it starts venting, it will go for 10 minutes. Then we drop this. This is now in the up position. We're going to drop this down to the low position, the closed position, and it will come up to temperature, and then it will process for 90 minutes. Now we are using the processing time for red bean recipe because it has meat in it. The USDA recipe only had beans, and that recipe required only, I think, 75 minutes for quarts. Well, we're doing the 90 minutes for quarts because we have a mixture of beans plus meat. So we will be back when the processing is all done and we're ready to take these out and see how they go. Well, this has been finished for about 5-7 minutes. We're just letting it sit. We are letting it sit here. So let's go ahead and open it up very carefully. There we go. I'm going to turn it this way some. Oh, look at those. Looks beautiful. I can tell by that jar that it has siphoned a little bit. But looks like the rest are pretty okay. But the water also tells the tale that we've had a little bit of siphoning. It's a little orange. But those just look great. And the smell is fantastic. It just smells delightful. So this beans with pork is going to be added to our food storage shelves, and it's a meal in a jar. 1 quart of these beans would be a full meal for Jim and me. And we'll put cornbread with it, or biscuits, or homemade bread, something like that, maybe even a green salad along the side, and it will just be a great meal. So remember, this is a combination of those 2 recipes that are both tested recipes, and you noted, I hope, the way that I adjusted things just a little bit. I am putting the link to both the Louisiana red beans and for the USDA beans. The links are both below the description of the video, so you can have them and can kind of tweak between them as you like as well. So thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you again very soon for more videos.